You know what? I'm good with gaming. Taking a few years break, so I can catch up on my games. Don't release any more games for a few years.
Wait, you want no more games for a few years?
Yeah, because nobody's playing any. Like all these new games coming out, nobody's playing them. Everybody's on their backlog.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I think Space Marine 2 had a very good release. I think
Space Marine 2 and what was that game called with the spaceship troopers? Wannabe?
The Helldivers. Helldivers.
Yeah, Helldivers. Those two games are the exception. And Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
Apart from those, nobody played any modern games.
Not counting a purposely retro game. So if you're like, I've never played the original Legend of Zelda on the NES, that doesn't count, right? What is the oldest game in your gaming backlog that you got when it came out, but you've yet to get round to playing yet? What is
360?
What's that, Dev?
Blade Storm for the 360.
Something for the Xbox 360. Okay, Cap, what's yours?
I think if I got one, I usually I think the Expendables, the video game, I got it and I didn't play it.
Wow. Like, mine is insane, and I'm going to give you an example where I guarantee I've even got something older than this. I have still got Jet Force Gemini for the Nintendo 64, which other than just trying for like 20 minutes and then having never got back to, I've got games that go back to the 1990s that is still in my backlog where it's like, I need to get back to that someday. And yeah, I've got so many old ones, which I got at the time, which have been not just like I got it and I didn't like it, it sat on a shelf, where it's like, I intend to play that. And that is how far my backlog goes. So go on. You going to say, Dev?
What was I going to say? I got gifted a few years ago. I got gifted StarCraft 64.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to play it.
I think that's really valuable.
Yeah, I was going to play it, but then I found out how much it sold for. It was instantly sold.
Wait, have you sold it then?
Yes.
Okay, was it mint in box or was it secondhand?
It was just a cartridge.
Oh, just the cartridge. StarCraft 64. You don't have to tell us how much you sold it for, but I am going to check to see what it's selling for on eBay today. StarCraft 64. Let's see. Oh my god. No. Oh my god. Okay, there is just a cartridge here. Now, just a cartridge there is $449.99 or best offer. So maybe you did better, maybe you did worse.
Slightly worse.
Slightly worse. Do you know what? That's insane.
400.
Wow. That's insane. Do you know what? The most valuable game I own, and I might own others that are valuable without realizing, but for the Sega Saturn, there is a Resident Evil style game called Deep Fear. I've definitely spoken about this before. And it was the final Sega Saturn game released in Europe. It was a Resident Evil style game, and it never came to the US. So especially anyone who's American who wanted to play it in English needed a European copy. And I have 2 copies of this game. But I got it soon after it came out. I didn't get a Sega Saturn until, like, the last Sega Saturn game, Deep Fear, came out in about September 1998. I didn't get a Sega Saturn until that Christmas. And then I was like, but I want to play Deep Fear because I was so into Resident Evils at the time. And it took about another 2 or 3 months to track down a copy. And then a couple of years later, found another copy. But this game is now worth a lot of money.